Okay, well, let's get started. This is the second attempt at this because I noticed in my first video I actually cut out some of what I was demonstrating. So let's see if we can't. This isn't pterodactyl. Fixing lawnmowers. I don't have a cameraman, and I don't have a sound person. It's all. It's all what you see is what you get. It's me. So as I said in the first video, let me set these down. Make sure that we can see them. Yes, we can on the video. Watch and see what I just said. I'm my own video guy, so if I bump something, it's going to be in trouble. Anyway, here's what I said. If you have a wood shop and you're using Forstner bits, router bits, or plug cutters, you got to be unhappy that you can't sharpen them with anything that's out on the market right now. I mean, you can piss around with these hand operated things that they want you to put it in the drill press or in a vise, and dress that tip up, and that's bullshit. And let's face it, anybody that knows a Forstner bit knows that the leading cutting edge is right here. This does all the work. Yeah, that tip's important. If it breaks off, then you've got an issue with it. But rarely have I ever seen those tips need sharpened. All the work is done by that face right there. So, since I use Forstner bits quite a bit, I thought I need to make me a Forstner Bit Sharpener. And that's how this whole thing started. And what really happened, or as it evolved, it ended up that any flat face cutter, like a plug cutter, see, it sits right on that sharpening face too. And some router bits, like this wedge shape. And so what happens, what the hell? I've got a universal slide device here, and I'll show you in a second. But you can sharpen anything that's got a flat face and a round shaft. I think, I haven't tried everything, but it'll hold all the Forstner bits that I have. And that's what I wanted to show you, and I cut this out of the other video, so let's go on to that. Why do I have two of these? Well, let's start basically. We have a slide component for obvious reasons, because we're going to slide our device to be sharpened. We're going to want to slide it back and forth. Now, you can do that by hand, but how the hell accurate is that? Well, you know as well as I do, it's not. So we have the slide mechanism. And did I guess at this distance? No, I measured it. I went through a couple of, rough measurements to make sure that, things were going to align somewhat sensibly. And, and because of shaft size differences, some Forstner bits come like this with a tapered shaft at the drill press side, and some come with a full-size shaft. I have a few over there that are like this, So anyway, I ended up having to build two universals, and I call them universals simply because they give universal latitude to the direction of your bit. But you got one for that size, and then one for this size. These are both the same size as they fit this component right here. So what are we going to do? Well, we're going to take this Forstner bit that doesn't look too good, and it's a smaller one. And then, by the way, this will handle any size. And we put our, by the way, here. See this? Are we seeing that in the video? Yeah, we're seeing that. But you see this? You see this? This other collar and shaft? Yeah. See, that gives us movement this way. So by the time you're done with 1, 2, and then this goes in this way, not the wrong one, but let's get the right one in here. Again, well, even that's a guess, an orientation to 360. But anyway, it's really this. That's 1, 2, as this goes back and forth. And then your bit in here, that's 3 adjustment components. Now, if that isn't 360, I don't know what is. And so we'll slide that in there. We'll get it rough and get it close to being, sitting on the block correctly. As you know, this face up here, that face right there, this edge right here, is what needs to be flush with our sharpening face. So I have that damn close enough, in fact, that I can. Let me get it held again here. There. Now I'll take the Allens, snug up 1. Let me move this a little bit better. Get this in a better position. It's almost coming out. There we go. Which won't affect that first adjustment. Well, I lied it a little bit. It does. So I got to move that again. Maybe I need to turn the lights out or something. I don't know. Huh. Okay. So, okay. There we are, nice and flat. Now we snug that. We snug this. Not tight, just snug. And then we take the other Allen, which is that smaller one. You know, it's a smaller collar. I couldn't drill and tap a larger set screw, otherwise I would have liked to. Maybe I'll change them all to 1 size, you know. That'd be something you could do. But here we go. You know, it's nice and flat on there, so we throw a little bit of water on. And bingo. See the debris coming off? Okay, about 15 strokes. And if you could see that edge, let me see. I'll move this around so we can see that edge, but look at that edge. It's there. So, man, how long was that to do? How long did that take? You know, all of what? 20 seconds? 30 seconds? Yeah, it took all of a minute to get the thing adjusted. But here again, see, this is I pride myself in the universality of this. You know, it adjusts like a wrist. There's not one axis of movement that you can't replicate on this 1, 2, 3 adjustment and the slide. Plus the fact that this turns. You know, your Forstner bit turns. So what you may not get out of these 3, which I can't imagine you wouldn't get dead on, you just, again, you know, the trick is to get that Forstner bit flat on that sharpening surface and then tighten everything up. And bingo, it stays there. How's it going to go anywhere? You know, I'm real disappointed that, you know, I think I talked to Rockler. I think I talked to Woodcrafters. You know, I had some interest from, of all places, K&M, I think K&M Plastics. Anyway, you know, I think it's a great idea. I don't have it, you know, I certainly don't have it patented. Maybe I should. I don't know. But I said to hell with it. You know, I'd rather share it with some of the guys out there who are as frustrated as I am sometimes with trying to sharpen a Forstner bit. And so the same principle applies to a plug cutter. You know, it's got that square flat surface that does all the cutting, as you well know. There's your cutting surface right here. And it'll lay on there flat. See it? It lays on there nice and flat, and you can see by the arrangement that it's going to adjust to, you know, to its surface, and you're going to slide it back and forth and sharpen it in no time. So let me know what you think. If you like it, fine. If you don't, well then, take your Forstner bits elsewhere and have somebody else sharpen them then. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. One of my little shop shorts. Again, any other ideas, which I have lots of, and some other neat little tricks I'll show you in another video. Thank you.